Hi guys, we're here in the Imperial Palace in downtown Tokyo. I'm just a few hours away before I leave for my flight headed back to Manila. But before that, I just really wanted to do what I promised to all of you to do a Facebook live video with regards to the Wilcon IPO. So I'm not sure if there's anyone. Let's wait for people to join us first before we actually start. But for those who are just tuning in after this has been recorded, first of all, I'd like to thank the ones that made this Japan trip possible, to the entire StockSmart's team here in Japan, to Lara, to Cherry, to Lizelle, and the entire team. Thank you so much for making this trip worthwhile. The next session of StockSmart's we'll have is in Makati this Saturday for fundamental analysis. Then we'll have Singapore, Davao also scheduled in the next few weeks. We have Marvy who's already online. Hello to you. Hello to you. Where are you from, Marvy? I guess we have people online already, so we can start our Facebook live session with regards to the Wilcon IPO. For those who don't know, the Wilcon IPO was founded by William Bello, and the first branch came in 1977. So the thing about that is this: from 1997 to around 2002, they really didn't have any new branches yet. It took them more than 20 plus years, and I believe as the new generation of the family started to come in, that's when they started to build the massive expansions that you've seen now. So the IPO details, they would sell around 1.3 billion shares that would be sold, and as what all of you know, the offer price is around 5 pesos per share. The thing about that is this: in terms of the earnings history of the company, it has already 36 stores around the metro, but most of it is concentrated still in the Luzon area and also in the Visayas. The thing about Wilcon is it's the leading improvement and construction supplies retailer based on gross sales in 2015. When we talk about Wilcon, its construction segment is not really institutional. It's not really based on the PPP projects that you will see there. Their main target still is mostly retailers, meaning people who would like to buy fixtures for their household. So for me, this is still relatively a consumption play. I repeat, this is a consumption play. So the way that you look at it, this is how it affects disposable income. That's where Wilcon will have a large amount of, I guess, that's their segment of society that they're trying to hit. Out of their 36 stores nationwide, their EBITDA has also increased over the past few years. It started with just 741 million, 521 million, then up to around 1.1 billion as of 2015. Their income for 2015 was 284 million. Their net income for 2016 was 473 million pesos. They have 225 million pesos in cash. The risk, though, of Wilcon also is the company's growth is dependent on the ability for them to strategically open new stores in the next few. It's a bit windy. It's a bit windy. I'm not sure if you hear me well, but it's a bit windy. Gumagalaw lahat nandito. This is all live, no? So the company's growth is highly dependent on its ability to open new stores and have strategic locations. And the thing about that is this: since there are other depots also surrounding the Philippines, when they open it there, it can face also competition from those that have already been una na sa area na yon. Strengths of Wilcon, though, it's the industry leader in the booming home improvement sector in the Philippines, and it's I guess it's well recognized as well for a lot of people who are trying to I guess it's the preferred choice, especially in Metro Manila. The brand of Wilcon is more prevalent as compared to the other depots that you would see there. Another thing is this: in terms of the IPO proceeds, most of the chunk of the IPO would go to expansion. I repeat, the chunk of the IPO would go to expansion. You would have around 91% of the IPO proceeds, or 6.1 billion, to go to expansion of the company. You have 6% going to debt repayment, or around 428 million pesos, and you have around 3% for corporate purposes, which is around 200 million pesos. I think they're gonna use that for fixtures and other operational activities for the existing stores that they have. part of the expansion that they're doing in Wilcon is that they plan to open 8 new stores in 2017, which is good for those who are into expansion plays. As what I mentioned also before, I like a company who would give out IPOs for expansion. That the money that they would use is for expansion. I don't like companies that would give out secondary shares as much because it just goes to the owners. I don't want debt repayment. So they're planning to have 8 new Pure Gold stores in 2017 and 29 stores in the next 5 years. Their target stores would be Cavite, Zamboanga, Iloilo, Tacloban, Cabanatuan, Bicol, General Santos, Davao, Lucena, Isabela, Tagum, Tagagaraw, and Surigao. Why am I saying this? They're also trying to expand outside Metro Manila, and they're doing something for the first time. They're now expanding towards the Mindanao region. So the 200 million that I mentioned, that goes to the 200 million extra that's not for expansion or debt financing is it's used to allocate working capital for new and existing stores again. And then as of their employees, they have 1,537 rank and file, 479 key management. So they have a head count of around 2,000 people working for them. And the thing about Wilcon also is this: since 2002, they've been opening 2 to 3 depots per year. So 1997, they started it, and then it took a while for them to actually start looking for expansion. So 2002, they started putting up 2-3 stores, but now they're escalating it further. They're trying to put 7 new stores for 25. What was that again? They're targeting 8 new stores for 2017 and 29 over the next 5 years. Think about this now. They have 36 stores now, and they're planning to open 29 in the next 5 years. So they're trying to double their store count in just 5 years, which is something that they haven't done as well in the past years. So more details about it. The target market for Wilcon are families that earn around 100,000 to 250,000 pesos. Again, this is upper middle class already, people who have disposable income as well, because the products and the fixtures that they have there are not just how do I put this, are not just for are not relatively cheap. So you know already the segment that they're hitting. Their other competitors are City Hardware, CW Marketing, Cebu Overseas, and Philippine Topwood Industry. So if you try to think about it, also Wilcon is still top of mind in terms of depot. They have other competitors that are into this space, like Ace Hardware, Handyman, DIY, and other mall-based hardware stores. So if you think about Wilcon, it's a depot that's sort of playing in the hardware space as well, but them, they're standalone, they're not inside malls. So that's the differentiating factor between them and the Ace Hardwares that you see in the world. So at the end of the day, this is an expansion project. This IPO is basically about expansion, and the proceeds of the IPO will go to fund them growing the company for the midterm. 7 for 2017, and then they have 29 more in the next 5 years, which is pretty good as compared to the other IPOs that we had last year, that a lot of it went to debt repayment. So I guess that's it. I'll give you more when the IPO comes, when the IPO starts already, when the charts start to form. But looking at it, looking at it at face value, this is an expansion project that is very, very much involved into the into the consumption-driven economy that we have. Their earnings are great. Their earnings are increasing. They have tons of cash. They have more equity than their debt. So they have the next generation succession plan, which the children of Bello are now the ones running also the company and have key positions there as well. So I guess that's it for now. First, for those in Manila, I'll see you in Financial Fitness Forum this Saturday, and also for StockSmart's fundamental analysis. Again, our schedules: StockSmart's fundamental analysis March 25, April 1, StockSmart's Davao April 29 and 30, StockSmart's Singapore May 20, then Icon May 27, then we'll be going to Perth, Australia this June, then StockSmart's technical analysis in Manila in June, then Qatar and UAE, we will be there in July. So August is General Santos. So thank you so much for having me. I'm now headed to my flight. So thank you, and God bless you.